Hi, I'm a member of Sunrider Base, which is part of the Rebel Legion, a Star Wars costuming club, and I costume as the leader of the rebellion, Mon Mothma, and I have a story that I was going to share with you today. This is by Calliope Glass and Caitlin Kennedy, and it's illustrated by Katie Cook. It's called Star Wars Creatures Big and Small, the Galactic Basic Edition. Throughout the galaxies, creatures big and small there are. Ready are you for an adventure in rhyme and space? Scampering back and forth, hopping up and down, scrambling south and north, but always with a frown. Even when they're happy, porgs just look absurd, and yet somehow they're still the cutest kind of bird. Gorgs are like porgs, except that they bite, and they're slimy and bug-eyed and never take flight. So in fact, a gorg is not like a porg. I'm really quite sorry to say. They're the rats of the sea. I think you'll agree that porgs beat gorgs any day. On a far-off planet of Koak, an impish creature can be found, and this lizardish, monkeyish rascal makes the most annoying sound. For monkey lizards of Koak don't laugh as much as shriek. It's a one-of-a-kind cackle, as obnoxious as it is unique. With their big pointy ears and their floofy fat tails, tukas are hard to ignore. They're just so cute and cuddly to boot. They're impossible not to adore. Cat person or not, try fighting the thought of snuggling one close by your side. It just can't be done. Face it, tukas have won. At least that you can say that you've tried. The crystal foxes on the planet Crate sparkle from head to toe. These spry little creatures are a sight to behold with their crystalline bristles like snow. They're not very cuddly and they're not very soft. They're better to see than to touch. But when you hear the chime of their crystal fur ringing, you won't mind that they're spiky, at least not much. A puffer pig's nose is a valuable tool. Oh, shush. The loth cat is getting sassy. But that's not all that makes puffers unique. When one of these creatures is scared or alarmed, it balloons into a sizable physique. These piggies are handy for mining, of course, but make sure that you treat them nicely, for if they're startled or frightened, they'll blow up so fast, they'll float away, to put it precisely. If you're hoping to find a gentle companion, if you're shopping for a cuddly cub, if you're looking for a loyal familiar, consider looking elsewhere, bub. Carillion hounds are widely renowned for hunting and tracking and biting. But if you still really want to adopt one, at least you've been warned in writing. They do look pretty fierce. Tukas love rats, porgs like fish, and humans eat bantha cheese. But Minocs suck power straight out of ships like gigantic bat-winged fleas. They'll drink from the cables under your hull and gnaw on your semiconductors. When it comes to spacefaring vessels and such, Minocs are world-class destructors. So watch out for these flying, fast-feeding foes and give a wide berth to their lairs. Otherwise, you might find yourself stranded and in desperate need of repairs. A Kadu is a weird-looking creature. Seriously, just take a gander. It's one part horse and one part duck. I hope you don't mind my candor. A kadu just looks so darn odd, like a tall two-legged cow. Then again, people say it has a keen sense of hearing, so maybe I'll be quiet now. Big and shaggy, gray and white, lothwolves are the pride of the pack. As long as you're on the side of the light, feel free to hop on one's back. A faster ride you'll never find, though through hyper tunnels you'll dash. Loyal and true and mystical too, these wolves are fast as a flash. My loth cat's running around down here making noise. A tauntaun is big, a tauntaun is tall, a tauntaun has nothing to fear. A tauntaun is brave, a tauntaun is bold, a tauntaun the strongest, oh dear. A wampa is bigger, a wampa is taller, a wampa is vicious and cunning. A wampa is faster, a wampa is meaner. That tauntaun had better start running. Graceful, great, and swift, fathiers are quite a sight along the glittering racetracks of the city Canto Bight. Powerful, strong, and fast, yet gentle, majestic, and kind. These creatures long for freedom, to no longer be confined. Fathiers weren't made for sport, but rather the wild, you see, to run without restraint, to be at long last free. There are fathers and reeks and lugabeests. There are banthas and tauntauns too. But if you're in the desert on Tatooine, the dewback is the ride for you. A thick, choking dust in the harsh desert heat will bring down the sturdiest creatures. But with its leathery hide and its wide-webbed feet, the dewback has all the best features. If you took a ball about 2 meters tall, gave it teeth to bite and tentacles to crawl, and pasted it with eyes and warts and all, and then decided to form a dozen more to make a swarm, well, what then? What would you have? A pack of rathtars, but not a single friend. And your life would no doubt soon be at an end. Stomping through the brush, splashing through the bog, shuffling through the desert, slugging through the fog. Lugabeests don't tire, lugabeests don't fade. These Sigord beasts of burden are found in every trade. Be it a pirate, a scavenger, merchant, or trader, everyone uses lugabeests except Tusken Raiders. That's my loth cat. Banthas are furry and warm and good-hearted, but you'll smell one for parsecs even after you've parted. That isn't so bad because everyone knows if you need a bantha, just follow your nose. Happy, happy happabores, lounging in Jakku's heat. They never worry about the sun. In fact, they've got it beat. Where's this? What's the secret, Happabore? How do you stay hydrated? Where do you store and store and store the water you've located? You see, Happabores can drain a pool with 1 or 2 big swallows. They waddle off their bellies full and leave behind dry hollows. So if you're thirsty, take a cue from this happy lumbering lug. Just make sure you get a drink first before it can glug, glug, glug. A Varictyl is a giant reptilian friend with bright colored feathers from head to tail end. These fast climbing creatures are loyal and tame, and they only eat plants so they won't ever maim. To ride a Varictyl is a wild delight. What are you waiting for? Hop on and hold tight. Rancor, in its lair, through the dark, a beady stare. Oh, so ugly, lumbering beastie, warty, scaly, stinky, greasy. Rancor, you're no beauty. But you'll always do your duty, eating all the folks who visit. It's not a bad life, Rancor, is it? In a dark, dusty chamber waiting for its turn, a Nexu prowls and bristles, its 4 red eyes each burn. Next door to the Nexu, locked up till the fight, a reek sharpens its horns, a terrifying sight. And over there, an Acklay scuttles on 6 claws, clacking its sharp pincers and chomping its big jaws. These monsters are all fighters in the great Genosian arena, a place that's even more dangerous than the Mos Eisley Cantina. The oceans of Naboo are filled with creepy creatures, tree size with razor teeth and other scary features. Watch out for the Opie, though it's pretty hard to ignore. If it gets a taste of you, it might just want some more. And don't forget the Colo Claw. It's got more teeth than brains. But neither of these creatures is at the top of the food chain, because the biggest, meanest baddie down in the ocean blue is the Sando Aqua Monster. Basically, just don't swim on Naboo. Is a sarlacc a worm, or a land-dwelling squid with tentacles that sprawl? Or maybe a sarlacc is some kind of plant waiting for victims to fall. Nobody knows, because nobody's managed to carefully study a sarlacc. Brainy biologists who stumble across them are quickly turned into a snack. So keep your distance from a sarlacc. Don't be ashamed to flee. The less we know about these beasts, the happier we will be. Purgles are whales that float out in space. They fly through the airless void. Everyone loves a purgle. That is, unless your ship gets destroyed. You try being as big as a purgle traveling faster than light. You won't find it so easy to dodge a spaceship in flight. But you can't blame the purgle. Really, I promise, they hardly mean any harm. They're gentle giants, beloved behemoths. Their size is part of their charm. You've landed your ship down in a cave, but now you're not feeling quite so brave. The ground is all gooey and the walls are all screwy. What is that gurgling sound? You've made a mistake. Leave this place in your wake. A space slug's belly is no place to stick around. Summa Verimuth is a mouthful to say, but it's better to say than to see, as these tentacled spacefaring monsters rarely allowed escapees. So if you're headed to Kessel, do yourself a favor. Don't tarry or dawdle or coast, because you could face the menacing maw of this beast, and then you and your ship would be toast. I wouldn't want to get eaten. Be it big or small, truly wonderful every creature is. After all, size matters not. Are, from small all the way up to big. All right, bye. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.